You ready?
We'll try. Welcome back. Well, from talking power to talking Bielsa, now we're going to talk health. And we're looking at about 62.5% of Nigeria's population is under the age of 25. Yet young people in Nigeria often face stigma, cultural taboos, discrimination, misinformation that prevent them from meeting their sexual reproductive health needs. From knowing about modern contraception to learning about healthy relationships, young people have a right to accurate sexual and reproductive health information. This is where the subject matter comes in, and that's what we're discussing today. We're being joined from our Abuja studio.
I can hear you, but...
Well, maybe you heard him already. We're being joined from our Abuja studio by Mr. Tangodo Kosan, Acting Country Director, Planned Parenthood Global. Thank you for joining us.
I can't hear you at all.
Well, we can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Mr. Kosu, can you hear us?
I can't hear anything.
Okay, he's still not hearing us. I guess we'll just have to wait for our producers to work on that so that he can hear us. But let's look at some other information they have here. The subject matter is a joint effort of the Planned Parenthood Federation of America and the United Nations Population Fund to make sexual and reproductive health information and access to services available to young people in Nigeria. That subject matter uses mobile platforms to connect adolescents to medically accurate, culturally sensitive health information with a human rights and gender equality perspective, and over 130 health centers throughout Nigeria that provide adolescent and youth-friendly health services. Alera, that sounds like a mouthful.
Mouthful, yes.
But it's something that's necessary.
Well, reproductive health is very important. So it is teaching young people about reproductive health.
Which we hardly do in our culture.
Yeah. Well, it's improving. It's improving. When we were growing up, things regarding matters
of
you never mentioned. And, well, our parents missed out because what we didn't learn from home, we learned somewhere else. Because sooner or later, you begin to ask questions about your body, the changes in your body and why these changes are taking place. And you're craving information as to why all these things are happening to you. A young boy suddenly has growing hair on his chest, and he's afraid. He's hiding it, and he's ashamed of it. He's growing a beard, and he's trying to shave it off. But these are all signs that you're becoming mature and you're getting ready to reproduce. And these are all things that you need to know about. Information is power.
And how to carry yourself in the midst of all these new developments that are coming up. How do you carry yourself? How do you be?
For the girl, I mean, it's even worse for the girl when she starts her period. She wonders what's going on with me? I must be a strange creature. There's blood seeping out of me.
But that doesn't happen these days, because nowadays they just pick up their phones and
internet,
they learn everything they want to learn, and sometimes to the detriment of their relationship with their parents, because that tends to deteriorate their relationship with their parents. And then the parents begin to wonder, what happened to my daughter? What happened to my son?
I lost my daughter. my daughter is learning so much off the internet that I'm useless now, you know? But there was no internet then. You only could find the meanings of the words in dictionaries.
Talk about the internet. These days, you hardly find people sit down and have a conversation without having to look at their phones. You hear, pick him, and they look at the phone. Okay, someone just tweeted, permit me to respond to this. And at the end of the day, the human relationships are lost.
Indeed.
Because we're so engrossed in our phones.
Yes. And strangely, it's interesting that you mentioned, because coming to the studio this morning, I was listening to a radio program about Valentine, and the lady was saying, whatever you do, when you go out for that Valentine dinner, please just ignore your phone and have a conversation with the person you're with.
Don't even carry the phone. I was talking to someone yesterday who said he has a problem with his wife. I'm like, what? He's talking to his wife and she's looking at her phone. And she said, can you please drop the phone? I'm talking, oh, okay, sorry, dear, I need to respond to this message. Oh, she'll now call the person. Oh, this person just sent you this message and I need to respond. So he'll wait. Whenever she finishes, they say, can we talk now? And as they're talking, suddenly another message comes in, I need to respond to this. So human relationships are suffering because of things that are supposed to enhance these relationships.
That are killing those relationships.
Well, let's hope that Mr. Kosan is ready for us now. Mr. Kosan, are you there? Okay, he says he can hear us, but at the background. Well, Mr. Kosan, if you can hear us, we just want to talk about the subject matter. What is it all about? What's the project about?
I can't hear again now. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Kosan. Go ahead, we can hear you.
Okay, I didn't hear the question, but I want to assume you want to know what the subject matter is.
Yes.
That's right.
Over the years, there have been researches that have taken place, and it shows that the trend of adolescents is that they are not taken care of in terms of our health facilities. And because of that, we discovered that mothers are taken care of, adolescents newborn are taken care of, the geriatrics are taken care of in our health trends. But the adolescent and young persons are simply neglected. And that have made them to hold on to the only available medium for their information, and that is the internet. So you find a young person, an adolescent and young persons, always using the websites as the only source of their information. So the subject matter is actually reaching the adolescent and young persons at the space and the medium they have provided for themselves. And that is the websites and the phones. So the subject matter is a platform, a website that have been provided by the Planned Parenthood Global in collaboration with UNFPA and the Federal Ministry of Health to provide medically acceptable and correct information and culturally sensitive information for them about issues of reproductive health and every other health issues that they find themselves battling with. And that also will, the other aspect of the subject matter is linking the young persons to health providers across the country who have been trained to understand adolescents and young persons.
So, Mr.
So the subject matter is essentially about reaching adolescents and young persons with information that are correct and are medically acceptable, and as also linking them with providers that they can reach and discuss their issues with.
Okay, so how does this work? They go to the website, they get the information, and then they go to these providers. Is that going to free of charge?
The aspect of reaching the providers, because we know that this is a challenge for adolescents and young persons, we have tried to find a way around it to provide the main essential areas. For example, anyone that goes to the website and get to our trained providers, there is a subsidized process of them getting services. And even those that cannot have the money to pay for their services, if we have those peculiar aspects, we will look around on how to ensure that they receive services. No adolescent or young person will be turned back when they access services in the facilities where we have trained providers.
Okay. What is the typical service that a young person would be seeking? Mr. Kosu, did you hear me? Mr. Okoso?
Yes, it's clear that I didn't hear that last question.
Yes, okay. What is the typical service that a young person would be seeking when they go to a provider?
I didn't hear that, but I want to believe you are asking when they go to providers, what less, whether they will be adequately provided with the services that are available for young persons.
No. Give us an idea of
what we have done.
Give us an idea of the kind
in the facilities is to
Mr. Kosan, the question is, what kind of service would the adolescent get when he goes to the service provider?
The services are diverse. We have services about puberty development, questions around how they develop, issues about their menstrual cycle, development of the secondary sexual characteristics. We also have services, even including malaria. We also have services on contraceptives, services for young persons, as also issues, anything that bothers adolescents. For us, we do not restrict our services to a particular segment. We provide the trainings for the health providers so that they can provide array of services for the adolescent and young persons that access the trained providers.
In this project, is the Ministry of Health involved in this project?
Yeah, the Ministry of Health is actually the key focus of this project. From the beginning, because of our series of activities, we have worked with them in developing policies on adolescent and youth health service. And we have distributed those health policies and trained providers across the country. They saw a gap, and the gap was the adolescents are more